Listen, I don't know what it is that you might be going through right now, but right now, in your current situation, what God wants you to understand, you have to trust and know that with God, things will take time, but it will be well worth it. I'm going to repeat this for you again. In life, there's going to be things that test your faith. The enemy is going to send things your way to make you feel as if the things in which God has promised you will not come to pass. But God said in his word that heaven and earth will pass away, but his word shall never turn into your void. You have to be willing to understand that when God utters things out of his mouth, he never discloses the journey to get to the things of which he promised you. But he said that if you trust him, if you allow him to be the thing in which you live and breathe by, he will aid you along your journey, and he will strengthen you before he gives you something that he knows that you want. Because if he gives you something that he knows that you want without fully equipping you for things that comes after, you would think that that is all that he has for you. And God wants you to know that he has so much more for you. He has so much more for you to learn about what he's put inside of you that will allow you to live your life in a way in which you never knew that you could. Just because the people around you may be living a life in which you think that you should live, it does not mean that you must turn your back on the way in which you know that you internally feel. You know what type of person you are. You know what you can't and cannot do. You know whether or not you view yourself as being weird, you view yourself as being well, but you have to understand you must not compare yourself to anyone else. Because comparing yourself is what's going to limit you. Feeling as if you're not enough is what's going to hinder you. But God wants you to know that because you have went through life feeling this way, he's going to allow that very thing for you to feel to be the very thing that he used to structure you once you give it over fully to him in a transparent way. You have to be willing to tell God how you hate the way that you are, hate the way that you look, or however you feel, whatever you dislike about yourself, because we as people attack the things in which we don't understand. And the enemy wants you to continue to attack yourself, but God wants to continue for you to go through these things so that you can get sick and tired, so that you can one day become curious to learn what he's put inside of you. And I know that life may feel as if there's an endless cycle of pain and agony, but on the journey with you connected with God, you're going to experience a love within yourself that's going to allow you to find that in the others. You're going to see that God never forgot about you. You're going to see how God is love. And the moment that you start loving the God that's in you, meaning embracing what you think that you don't like and allow God to have it so that he could allow you to appreciate it, then you will see how much more life has to offer you. Stay blessed.